was Tennessee Congressman Mark Green. We didn't even see the video of the pandas, Scott. And, of course, he's the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, and Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty, member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Congressman, let's start with you. What were your thoughts when you saw the crowd? Probably, I don't know how many trillions of dollars was represented in that room, but a couple at least.
I'm sure they're taking notes on how to create their social credit score from G. I mean, that's what ESG really is. And the big fear, of course, is if our banks and the Fed push the central bank digital currency thing they want to do, they want to mirror what China's doing. They want to control us with our money. And that's what Xi Jinping's all about with the social credit score and how he's controlling the people of China, the most surveilled country in the world. So they were probably taking notes and asking how to do it.
Senator Hagerty, I think what's odd about this is at the same point during the Trump presidency, I think the Dow was up almost 42%. Right now, it's up about 16.7% under Joe Biden this year. So actually, the business was better off when Trump was president, even for these big corporations, yet they're still throwing all this money, and they're going to continue to re-elect Joe Biden. Isn't that strange? What's going on?
It certainly is strange. They don't put their own best interest at heart, but I think they listen to the marketing folks down the hall or to the outside consultants that run down the hall with their hair on fire anytime Donald Trump would say something that was the least bit controversial.
Do you think it's also sort of anti-American almost, or post-American in their viewpoint?
Well, it's certainly not good for America, I'll say that. You know, they've got their own perspectives, but as somebody who's owned shares, I've served on New York Stock Exchange company boards, they need to be thinking about their shareholders, not about this ESG stuff and about pandering to the left. They need to be thinking about their shareholders. But they're pandering
to Xi. I mean, one of the most repressive dictators on the face of the planet who's ever existed in modern times. And to jump up and give him a standing ovation, I just found this to be appalling. Like what would, if Pol Pot were alive and he could, throw some bucks to your company, would you stand for him?
And I wonder if they got the same criticism that they might have gotten had they come to a dinner with Donald Trump and done this exact
Well, they wouldn't want to go to a dinner with Donald Trump or, frankly, any of you. I mean, I think they're more comfortable spending time with Xi than they are with any gaggle of conservatives, well-situated, well-positioned conservatives.
Well, that's where they're sending all their capital, right? I mean, and that's what's building their aircraft carriers. So they're making the profits by sending the capital to China for those Chinese businesses and building aircraft carriers for China.
Oh, Senator, I want to get your take on this moment. This was at the end of the press conference yesterday.
After today, would you still refer to President Xi as a dictator? This is a term that we used earlier this year.
Well, look, he is. I mean, he's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is a communist country that is based on a form of government totally different than ours.
Senator, I saw one report where Anthony Blinken had to change his depends, okay? Because he's like, oh my God, we just made all this progress with Xi, and now he's back to the dictator language. Well, I just think, Biden, when he's off script, you don't know what he's going to do.
The State Department
Of course,
staff,
that's accurate. That's an accurate statement.
The State Department staff were all cringing when he said that. He got off script again, and I think you're right. It is absolutely an accurate statement, but this is not what the State Department wanted to hear coming from Joe Biden, particularly after all the kowtowing and the ring kissing that had been going on that led up to this.
Congressman, a concern going into the 2024 election is that Republicans, despite the economic advantage that they have, in poll after poll, including new polls just out, Trump is killing Biden on the economy, even among young people. The numbers, 18 to 29-year-olds, overwhelmingly think the economy was better under Trump than now. But with that, are Republicans on the state level getting enough people registered to vote? Do we have a get-out-the-vote operation that's going to turn those votes out come election time?
Yeah, I think we do. And I know on the, the NRCC, for the congressional side, we're spending a significant amount of money on doing just that. And the budget, I saw it the other day, it's a lot of money just to get new people registered and into the system.
And I'm cheering the effort on the Senate side.
So, this is not going to be
This is the ground game. We're not going to get beaten again the way we were before on the ground.
Both of you, wonderful to see you here in Nashville. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Laura. Great to have you.